with these chords, got no limitations. Try to match my.
Hey, we back. Welcome back to another episode of BlerdxTrapHouse, where we are discussing Toonami and Adult Swim today. Honestly, it did a lot of good for a lot of people, and like we really don't discuss it enough. Like where you get your start, where everybody, and I mean every hood nigga I've ever known, I'd be like, "Oh, y'all doing that weird shit, or you watching that weird shit." But you know what they never say? No one never not says, "Yo, I watch Dragon Ball Z. Yo, I fuck with Goku." There are two, maybe three anime balloons in all of the Macy's Day Parade. There is always a Pikachu. Recently, there was a Goku. Within the last like 6, 7 years, I remember it started in my relationship. I was so excited because Brittany sent me a picture. Like I was working that Thanksgiving day. She was like, "Oh my God, Goku's in the Macy's Day Parade," and she sent me a picture. And then my boy Luffy made it. But those are the only three. I mean, you can count semantics and say like Batman, Superman, da da da. But if we giving it to the original three animes, it's Pikachu, Goku, One Piece. And like all that starts with Toonami. But speaking of where we start, I am going to get started with these introductions. I am Maul, your friendly neighborhood menace. I am back once again to menace your neighborhood and tell you all about how growing up in my neighborhood, I love watching Dragon Ball Z. I love watching all of that. It was a real joy. Joining me today, I have Princess Mona Hoske. You want to go ahead and
Every
introduce
time.
yourself?
Princess
What's my
Manahoke.
hope? You got
Back in
the
the
hope.
trap house
You got the
again.
hope, but you added that S in there for some reason.
You know what?
That's
At this
I know
point,
it was
he's an old black person where they add the S on the end of things that don't need it. So I'm gonna lay off him this episode. But if he get it wrong next time, we gonna have a
hey.
problem.
Listen, it be five and below fucking around with me, and there's no end in that joint.
Anyway, y'all, we not gonna let him butcher it again. Princess Mononoke in the trap house yet again. What's good, y'all?
Today we are absent a bad guy, but we always have a gentleman. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Jay?
I no longer consider myself the gentleman or the gent, but I am still J. Will. You can call me just Jack. More asshole than gentleman these days, but I'm in the trap house. It's good to be here as always.
Damn, is everybody an agent of chaos in the trap house? Like we just all the bad guys here?
Not an agent
No,
of
he got
chaos,
it
just
good.
an asshole.
Wow. Where's wow. Good, Jazz?
Yeah, I'm chaotic good. What? I love everybody, but I like to stir up just a little bit of shit. Just that much. Just a little bit.
This much.
Yeah,
Come on now. I don't give Blossom vibes. Buttercup, baby. Bubbles on a bad day.
Nah. You definitely get Blossom vibes. Just because it be like, yo, you be so well put together, so prep, so proper, everything be there. And the second you snap, it's like, I'm gonna beat your ass, nigga, and act like nothing happened.
I don't I don't know what you mean. Call a friend. I need some defense. Call my lawyer, nigga. I'm sorry.
Better call Saul, nigga. But we listen, we get it. We've already done the Powerpuff Girls. I've already got my ass whooped by Blossom. I was Professor Oak at BlerdCon. No, Professor Jesus, stop smoking weed. Professor Antonio. Professor Oak is from Pokemon. That's how you know I'm
All
old
right.
and I got too many kids.
When you get old, they say the mental goes.
It does go. So anyway, we are here to discuss the GOAT. I feel like we don't talk about this enough. Like we don't talk about how Toonami and Adult Swim influenced an entire generation. And like honestly, we all just really assumed for a long time This is just a cartoon. Because you couldn't tell anybody difference between what Pokemon is as an anime and a cartoon until Ash was in the World Championship. And that giant became an anime because you had to stream it and pirate it to know what was happening. Because they definitely spoiled it in New York the second he won. That giant went up in Times Square. So you can't tell me that like anime doesn't have a widespread reach when you can see for yourself, hey, some shit happened that shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Ash
Yeah,
loses
but
the
I think
championship all the time.
it's a culture thing, though.
It is a
It's
culture thing.
Pokemon is still what top 3 biggest or most profitable companies or franchises in the world, not America, in the world. So for this kid
Coming
that's
all the
been
way from the
on,
beautiful land of Jamaica. So excuse my bad connection. So sorry. So sorry.
so you're just gonna jump in with that humble brag, okay? Uh, but yeah, so for this icon, world icon that's been on TV for 20 plus years to finally make an accomplishment, it's news. It's not just something that happened in the show. That is culture news.
Oh, and that's crazy that's how far anime has spread, and to be able to see like where we came from, and to know that like yo, this has such a widespread thing. Like you had Noah Lau at the Olympics shooting up Kamehameha. This is the world stage. That is a man from Virginia. Like I was watching as Goku went Super Saiyan, probably at the same exact time as y'all watched Goku go Super Saiyan, all on Toonami. And you can say that with like a matter of like principle and be like, yo, you really mean? Yeah, because it happened together. Like Toonami did a lot.
Definitely, I think Toonami. My favorite thing about Toonami is just the variety of shows that you got. Like you
Yeah,
got so many different things. Like you got them. You do get the main Pokemon, Digimon at the time, Dragon Ball, Lupin the Third, Inuyasha, but they threw some great, like some
they
really
threw
great
some
shows
bangers.
in there. Like we brought up Outlaw Star the other night. Yeah, Outlaw Star. Ugh, Shin Chan. I hate it. Fooly Cooley.
Yo,
Samurai Champloo.
Paranoid Agent was wild. Jazz,
Yeah.
what were some of your favorites? Sorry, we know you blocked out down there.
Here we go.
Jasmine, what
What's
were
up?
some of your
Some of your
favorites?
favorites?
I think Jay Will just said one. So Outlaw Star. That's when I realized that I could be attracted to anime protagonists. Of course, Inuyasha started that feeling that I know my other female or yes, the other women in anime can attest to. Yes, the white hair protagonist, baby. Woo, woo. Yes. So Shomaru was gonna be my husband. I was convinced that I was
Started
gonna
there,
marry this,
wound up
this
somewhere in here.
not real man.
Like,
Those two were definitely my top two. Inuyasha, Outlaw Star, waking up to the ending of Inuyasha 3-4 o'clock in the morning was like the best start of the school day because you're not going back to sleep. It was a beautiful thing. Bring back the days of Toonami, old school Toonami, not this new stuff. Yes, please.
I'm old now. I wake up to infomercials or cooking shows on the Food Network.
It
Like,
don't hit the same.
it
No
don't hit the
Boku
same.
Dachiwa. None of
Yeah,
that.
it's like, damn, is it 3 o'clock already? Shit, I fell asleep
It's too much.
right
Too
after
much
Full Metal
Netflix.
Alchemist.
Too much Netflix. They go after 3 episodes, and then it's just gone.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I like it when like they make me wait for the next episode for the next week, and then sometimes I'm like, do I really want to wait for this? Like knowing that you have a huge library of just being able to like binge watch something through. Like I've been watching Fire Force, and it's been okay. Like season 2 is better than season 1, but it don't hit the same. It's like getting the variety that you got on Toonami. Is like going from something like Dead Man Wonderland to One Piece. That's a switch. Going from Samurai Champloo into Cowboy Bebop, you like, oh shit, this is a vibe. And then you throw some Afro Samurai on that, and you end out on some Inuyasha with a Full Metal Alchemist to go. Man, you are not going to sleep because that is a banger of like a playlist just to like just cycle through, and you're just watching some of your favorites. I've had the Funimation channel. I've tried to do different other forms of just having like mixes, but like nothing hits the same. It's like a curated Toonami mix. Like that 4 or 5 o'clock coming home, doing homework, watching like Dragon Ball Z, hitting the Sailor Moon early, and then you come into like the Yu Yu Hakusho, and then like the Code Lyoko. It just hit. People love to
Mhm.
talk shit, but you remember these animes. You know where you were when you were watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX on Toonami or like something. Like, and everybody has a
IGPX.
different feed.
IGPX. I hated racing shows, but Speed Racer and IGPX had me in a chokehold for
And a
no
show
reason.
called dog. And like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not the biggest like sports anime fan, but Blue Lock, it's amazing. And like, I never
Blue
knew
Lock
that I
is
actually
freaking good.
liked like blood and gore animes until I started watching Dead Man Wonderland. And I'm like, oh shit. Now, if I never watched Dead Man Wonderland, I would have never watched Attack on Titan. Loved
You know,
Attack on Titan.
it's interesting that Dead Man Wonderland was your introduction and not Elfen Lied.
Yeah,
I feel like Elfen Lied was the very first gore anime. It's like when I first watched it, not into it. I was not used to it. I was used to the Inuyasha and all of that shit. None of that was going on. But then Elfen Lied, where people are
it was
exploding from the
different.
inside out,
I don't know
that was
how I
my
missed
introduction
that
to
one.
gory anime.
Yeah, I caught that one afterwards. like I,
Mm.
it,
Okay.
I mean, I'd seen like I seen the Akira's growing up, and I'd seen the like other stuff like here and there, but I never really watched Guts until after I was an adult. Like I watched more of it, but like more of the animes I watched were like the Yu Yu Hakusho's or the Dragon Ball Z's. Like I watched all of Dragon Ball coming up, like whole series. Like I know Goku's whole story. So when niggas be like, nah, and it's like, yo, did you watch Dragon Ball? Did you see when Yamcha was giving Goku the blues? Did you know that Tien beat Goku in a tournament? Like people don't put enough respect on the Z fighters, and they're like, they just weak, and it's like, nah, my
No,
boy. There
it's
was a
super
time
fly.
where like Roshi was feared and respected. Like watching Roshi in the Tournament of Power was like that was a real classic throwback to my childhood. Being able to watch that, like I remember the feeling of knowing that Saturday morning was coming up, and that was my favorite day of the world because in the morning you wake up, you get to watch the Fox Box, you get to watch JetX, you get to watch all of that, and like you get the Digimons, the Pokemons, the Jackie Chan adventures, the Shaolin showdowns. Yeah, I'm taking you back down memory lane now.
What? Because you said Saturday morning, I was like, sir, in elementary school, I quit being a teacher's assistant because Pokemon came on when I would have to leave to go to school, and I was not about to miss the new episode of Pokemon to help this teacher. I'm done,
Couldn't
baby.
miss
I got
it.
to see what happened to Ash and Pikachu. So I wasn't waiting until Saturday. It was Monday through Saturday for me.
Nah, Monday through Friday was Digimon for me. I used to wake up in like 5th grade, and that's when like Digimon Frontier was coming out. So like I'd watch that. That's how my brother would wake me up. Like he'd leave out for school, turn on the TV, and then the theme song would just play. But yeah, I'd be up. That'd be my day. I'd wake up, get some breakfast, brush my teeth, and walk out the door after that. Like, and it was perfectly timed every day. And I was like, damn.
Monday through Friday mornings for me, it was a block that had Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon.
Ooh.
No, Sailor Moon came on before Dragon Ball. So elementary school, I was a safety. So, we got to leave out at a certain time. But my homeboy that used to go to school with me, he would always come over early enough to make sure he caught Sailor Moon. And if we had to leave on Sailor Moon, he would be pissed. Shout out to my homie Vanny. That's just still my guy to this day. But Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball every morning. I recently got a piece actually. So it's all full circle. Toonami, Saturday morning cartoons. It's that block of anime stemming from Toonami. I don't think anybody ever realized this until I heard it on an interview actually. Jackie Chan Adventures. You know that wasn't Jackie Chan, right?
No.
Do you know who it was?
Who?
The cabbage guy from Avatar.
Yo.
James C is his name. He was Jackie Chan and Jackie Chan Adventures, and he is the cabbage guy in Avatar, and they even made it to be the live action cabbage guy.
So if we drop an Avatar facts, you ready? The voice of Katara. Did you know that she was one of the 7 evil exes in Scott Pilgrim?
Yep,
she was the female. She was the female evil ex. I found that out last night. I had that same look on my face, like that's you.
I am bewildered. I am flabbergasted. What? Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, this is why we need to do, and I say this with all like trying to avoid my wife's gaze, as many cons as we possibly can next year, and just travel and spread the word about BlerdxTrapHouse.
I love that he looked up expecting violence.
She's eating right now, so like she's happy. The beast is satiated. However, I will say I'm gonna be at Anime NYC next week. I have a full list of cons and schedules. Honestly, I have a con tomorrow. Like I have a ticket for a con that I'm going to on a smaller scale tomorrow. At this point, I feel like I'm addicted. If there's a con that comes up,
I'm not mad at you, but I definitely think it is a thing, sir.
It might be because like they're gonna see us everywhere. We're gonna do panels. We're gonna be doing media. We're gonna show up to your city. So if you have a city, if you have a con, if you have something that you want us to come to, send it. Like we'll be there. One of us as a team. That's the point of us being a large team. Like where our princess is in Jamaica, I am in DC or the DC region. And Jay Will is indiscriminately hiding out, delivering mail today.
Not at all. Not at all, sir.
However, we are in different locations. So if you'd like to see us, if you'd like to meet us, if you'd like to hang out with us, let us know. We be here. We pull up.
Save us, y'all. Jamal is working us. Save us, please.
Nah, I got you out here like.
That is the worst thing I've ever seen. That means no protection at all. What are you talking about? You're so on your own, nigga.
It's so accurate, though. It's so accurate.
We'll be gone. You got this. In other words, we all on our own, big dog. Ain't nobody coming to save you.
We just out here.
We just out here. And at this big grown age, I don't know why it still hits me and I'm still sad, but like knowing that Cartoon Network moved over to HBO Max and it's no longer airing, that meant no more Toonami, no more Adult Swim. Like Tom came back in 2008, 2010. And I was like, yo, like
And
every
when the
time he
world
kept
needed
coming
the
back,
most,
I was
he
like,
vanished.
dog, I needed this. Like you don't know that helps you or this makes you feel accepted and welcome and like you're not the only one looking for something that's different when you're like in that middle age. And that's where Adult Swim really helped because like you're too old for regular cartoons, but you're too young to watch like the stuff with the adult like you aren't into it.
Those
And
are
like,
called undertones.
The fact that you
yeah,
said too
like,
old, I cannot relate.
well, I mean,
Gumball,
too old for like
Adventure Time.
Gumball and Adventure Time grew with you. Adventure Time definitely grew with you. Like it started off as one thing, and then Finn started growing, and then we grew, and then Finn grew. Like there were only two shows I can think of that the protagonist actually grew with the character. Like it's Beyblade where all the kids grew up and they just had the same actors going all the way through. But the original Beyblade with Kai and Tyson and Max, they didn't change. And the same thing with Finn. Finn's been the same actor the entire way. So when he grew as a character, it's because his actor was growing and changing and I was like, yo, I'm with it. I still have an Adventure Time shirt. I in this house, we stay in Adventure Time.
I'm not mad at
Everything's
that.
all right on that side, as y'all
Not mad
should.
at all.
I don't know. I'm
But
gonna have to argue and add Steven Universe to that. And I
yeah,
think that's something that's a little bit more recent. And I feel like that was something where Cartoon Network was like, no, y'all thought that we were done. We got
listen,
this one for you. So I'm gonna have to put Steven
cartoons be
Universe in there
cooking
too.
though.
That was a phenomenal cartoon, and there was a lot of growth with every character. Every
A lot
character
of
grew
growth,
in
a
that
lot of
show.
emotions. Garnet got married, like that the fusion of it and like the feelings. Like Steven Universe went through a lot. And like it taught you a lot. And like I ain't trying to get too emotional, but like I had a friend and like she died because of COVID. And her son and her, they used to watch Steven Universe all the time. And I haven't spoken to him in years, but all I know is that it probably helped him a lot to understand his emotions coming into it because he was very like emotionally stable. So yeah, RIP
I
into
think
this.
that's the thing
But
about Cartoon Network. I think that's the thing about Cartoon Network over like Disney and Nickelodeon. Cartoon Network gave you cartoons that really went there. They weren't so they weren't so kid coded. You know,
yeah,
like it makes me think of
gave you
Samurai
Samurai
Jack.
Jack.
Not even Samurai Jack. I was thinking of Teen
Why would you do
Titans.
that? I am undone. Wait a minute. He was busting that shit open. Put it up there one more time.
No, bring Samurai Jack back. You
I know that's right, Jack. Hey.
look
Y'all
at his
remember that
calf.
episode?
Look at his calf muscle in him though.
Dog, never skip leg day. That's what it looked like when you never
Ever,
skip leg day.
ever.
That's what it looked like when you walk in the 6-inch stilettos.
Dog. Because that was very real depicted. Because if that motherfucker gonna be walking around like that with some chicken legs, every woman ever would be like, "Mm-mm, that ain't how that works. That ain't how you gonna look."
But they Cartoon Network gave you a lot of variety, and they didn't shy away from real life scenarios. Teen Titans went through a lot of really low key and high key, like discrimination stuff, psychological
Racism,
issues. Didn't shy away from racism at all.
dog. They really gave everyone their own arc. Like Raven had a lot of growth and a lot of issues to work out with her father. Beast Boy had a lot to deal with. Terra and like the loss of Terra, but to Beast Boy, like you could feel that. Like
Yeah,
I
he
cried.
wasn't okay. And like Robin working through his shit and how he felt after leaving Batman, Cyborg, and like what it looked like to be disabled. Like I'm
What it look
sure
like
a
to be
lot of people felt that. Yeah, like what you have to look at yourself as still a man, like, and how to be a man. And like that took a lot. Like, and you watched that growth in Cyborg, and then you didn't see them drop that. They kept these same character growths. There wasn't regression between characters. Like you watch Starfire grow through something, and then to watch like Samurai Jack them cancel it and then bring it back and put it on Adult Swim, and they're like, "Listen, this is a very adult show. We cannot put this back on Cartoon Network. We're gonna give you the show the way you need to see it."
And I think the most
Ending
important
aside,
thing they did with that was that first episode, bringing it back and really discussing it, really making you realize Jack, in the first couple seasons on Cartoon Network, Jack didn't kill a person at
no,
all.
broke all
Like
the robots.
never, it was always robots, and they like really made him come to that realization. Like you might have to take people's lives, and
Mhm.
it's heavy. You feel it.
Yeah, and like
You hear that,
they,
Batman? People don't die later after they've been attacked by Samurai Jack.
No, they
listen,
I'm
die
sorry.
at they die at the table. Apparently, they die
Jack
in
is
the
not playing
courtroom.
around. But yeah, bringing back Jack, like you see them legs, like Jack was not. The fact that we were able to get a more adult version. I know you can't say adult and show that picture, right?
I'm going through it. I'm
You
gonna
can't
let you
keep showing
continue.
that picture. You can't keep showing her that picture and think she's not going to be
Don't
saying
put it
that.
up there no more if you want me to keep it together.
I mean, how much together can you keep it? I feel like this is you right now.
That's how I feel. I'll never recover.
How much together do you really think you keep in it?
Oh God, I'm in tears.
I can't.
Where the fuck do you get these memes?
I just be creeping through Facebook, and I be creeping through the all lines of everywhere, just looking. I spend a lot of time online.
I just want to take a moment and say that y'all realize she what she was doing was the Chris Brown wall to wall dance. Did y'all catch that? When she laid down and did that was the wall to wall.
Dog,
Don't
she
look at me
looks
like
like
that.
a goddamn dinosaur. Like, what is this?
Stop. I was
It's a
about to make
mistake.
velociraptor sounds. Don't say Whew, goodness.
But yes, bringing back Samurai Jack and showing the importance of like how you do and how you treat your audience, how you reward your audience, giving us not just Full Metal Alchemist, but giving us Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, giving us Evolution of Tom. They knew we loved Tom. Like Tom had a whole lore, he had a whole backstory. Like, and you were watching and you were excited watching him get rebuilt. And I was like, oh shit, look at Tom.
Mm.
All right, Tom.
I'm gonna be honest. When they debuted New Time, I was a little hurt. But now that I'm older, I respect his growth as an individual.
Tom was looking a little ruggedy. Like, and I respect the fact that like he kept getting upgraded as the show went along to show like, hey, this is what we're doing. Hey, this is the progress that we're making. We're taking Tom more seriously, and every step of the way or every person that comes by is getting a new Tom. And like, I'm okay with that. Because like the feeling that you got from Tom never really changed. Like Tom always made you feel like, yo, we're gonna watch some anime together. And Tom felt like the AI that you always wanted. Like that is exactly the kind of like robot I've always wanted. I want the nigga that's just gonna sit there. We're gonna watch some anime together. You're gonna talk to me in a smooth voice and just make me feel like everything cool. Like, oh,
That's true.
'cause
Tom was that guy. Truly. Oh my gosh. This
he gave
just
you
the
the
feeling of
description.
nostalgia is just running through my body. This entire episode, like we keep talking about Toonami, and I just remember the way it felt when I discovered it. It's just chef's kiss.
It's
Because you just
beautiful.
felt like, yo, like this is where I belong. This is what I needed to watch. Like this was me for me. And you're watching it and you're like, you're in love. And you're seeing different things, you're seeing different elements, you're laughing, you're crying, you're shocked, you're suspense. Like you need to see the next episode. Like, cause it's never enough. It's always a commercial. You sitting there and you before you know it, it's 3:30 in the morning. And you've been wrapped up in your blanket just watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't unpause this. Like you can't not see Cowboy Bebop, Spike, one of the coolest motherfuckers in the galaxy. Like you not about to walk out on Commoner. Like there is no way he believes in the you that believes in you. So if you don't believe in you, he's gonna believe in the you that believes in him. Like, and it's like that shit don't even make sense, and you still believe that shit. And it's like, bro, what? That's how
I
I
think
heard
it
it
was.
every
I seen
time, and
this
I'm like,
really interesting.
I'm
I
gonna
seen
go
this
with it.
really interesting that was saying, like, ask why do black people love anime so much? And I think it rings true. It's not like anything that we see in America. Everything that we see in America on TV is always very racially coded. And as far as anime goes, there may be some of it may have racial tones, some of it may have some racial indiscrepancies, but overall it's a different story. It's a story that's more so often based on values and who you are as a person, not so much what you look like. What it's about, not where you come from or overcoming where you come from, but having will to do what you want to do and to get where you want to be. So it's just, as a black person, it's good to see something where you can kind of take yourself out of it or put yourself into it and not feel those like predetermined stereotypes or those predetermined things that you usually see on American TV every day. I think that's one of the things that do make black people like attach themselves so much to anime. It's easier to see ourselves in something that we aren't in, and we have the power and free and openness to make ourselves whatever we want to be, rather than the things that always show us ourselves in the worst light, you know.
Yeah, because how many black people do you say that Piccolo black or that Goku is my favorite? Like every black person I know say Piccolo is invited to the cookout.
Did you see his swag?
Absolutely.
We can't deny him. He was one of us. When he walked on the screen talking shit, I was like, that's my uncle. What you mean?
Your uncle's like 7 by the start of Dragon Ball Z. Like,
So
I have a
I know plenty of
7-year-old
people.
uncle. I'm sure you don't know my grandfather.
I was just about to say, I know
my
plenty of
bad,
people
Papa with
that
the
got
Rolling Stones.
yeah.
I don't know.
But
You Jay Will went into all of that about how, black people are attached to a race. And meanwhile, my young ass was just over here like, damn, I want to fall through a well and get a demon boyfriend. So that's how I know that I'm not right in the head. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I said, I'm trying to get over there where they at. We got Naraku because he could get it. I know he's a bad guy. But we got Koga. Baby, I was over there trying to get
That's fine.
chose.
That's fine. All I wanted was to be Tenchi Muyo. That was the first harem that I remember. Tenchi Muyo had a regular girl, he had a space girl, he had a half demon girl. It was just, he had like 6 different women that wanted to be with him, and all he wanted to do was ride his bike.
I just wanted to be a Super Saiyan.
And he got fucked up all the time. Quite a choice.
He did. He
Death by
did.
Snoo Snoo for real.
As an adult, I would go no other way. As an adult, I would go no. If I could choose, absolutely. That is how I want to go out. When I
I
die,
regret saying it out my mouth.
when I die and they ask my wife what happened, how he died, she can say under me. Under me or
I know
on top
that's
of
right.
me, either one. I'll let you have the bragging rights, baby. I'm gone. Tell them the best story that you can.
Not the grit took about this world.
She said it was killer.
I know that's right, babe. She better tell you. Oh my gosh. But yes, my young heart just wanted them demon lords all around me. Lord Sesshomaru. I will call you Lord Sesshomaru. You ain't gotta worry about it. I wasn't thinking about no racial equality, how good it made me feel. All I know is that I looked at them screen and them fine anime boys was just Getsuga Tensho. And that's all I wanted to see was that beautiful white hair flowing in the wind as he attacked his brother. Come on. Sorry.
Yeah. You the reason that they make them anime boy body pillows. Like I see them purchased all the time at cons. I don't judge because
If
I
they had
see
been
one of my
around
friends.
when I was young, I'd have a few. I'm too ashamed to buy them in front of people now. But back then,
That's what Amazon is for.
Yeah. Like
you
All
right,
the
but I
big
still got a
packages.
husband over there. Like, why is this half-naked man anime torso in our bed?
why is Gojo in our
He knows
bed?
who
Like
you are.
what is this?
He knows who you are. He's known who you are for a long time.
And if you know
Yeah,
him, you
but
know
that don't mean
Gojo is
he
gonna be in
wanted
the
in his
closet.
bed.
Well, exactly. So that's something for when he goes to work.
Wait a minute, you might be onto something.
That's a whole new reason.
Nigga,
That's a whole new meaning of hollow purple. That nigga doesn't see shit. Hollow purple. No way, nigga.
Woo, not the infinite void, baby. All right. let's get back to the topic, y'all. Y'all to let me digress.
Look, all I'm saying is there are so many great animes, and like I appreciate the amount of animes that come out this season and all the things. I will say, however, I hate the fact that they are all so separate. So like if you don't have Hulu, you might not have never seen Undead Unluck, which is one of my favorite like newer animes of the season. You have Justice League Isekai, like Suicide Squad Isekai. People who don't have HBO Max and don't have Hulu, never heard of this. Like you have things that only come on Crunchyroll, like Tower of God. Tower of God season 2's out. People who don't have Crunchyroll, and it's like all of these things weren't a reason when we all watched Adult Swim, like when we all watched Toonami, we all seen Naruto together. Like we were all watching Dragon Ball GT, Bad, whatever. We all watched it together. Like everybody watched it on Toonami. Everybody watched this, and like that was the big thing. Like there were two things that you would discuss in school growing up. You always come in and you'd be ready to talk about wrestling, and you'd be ready to talk about the anime you watched on Saturday. So like you had to have stayed up and watched all the anime. You had to have watched all the wrestling like all week. You got to be glued to everything, and like it was expected growing up. Like for me,
Times.
yeah, like when the DC Sniper was out, that's right around the same time that Gohan was defeating Cell in the Cell games. So they told us to stay in the house. The whole hood was in the house anyway. Nigga, fuck you mean? We we in the house watching this is it's real. We in the Cell games. Like Gohan gotta do this. His pops did. Like, what are you
I'm
waiting
sorry.
for, Gohan?
Not fuck the people. We gotta fight to watch. Just like
I
niggas in
mean,
the hood.
we were in the hood, but they were shooting people. So it was like, it was a time where like we weren't sure what was happening. It were people just riding around in the back of a van, and they were at the time they are classified. Now they are classified as serial killers,
Mm.
and at the time we weren't sure. All you were told was there's someone riding around killing people at a gas station, and they like, well, don't go to a gas station. Don't go here. Don't go there. And they didn't know who they were killing. You can't say it was white people, it was black people, it was just people. And they were like, just go home. If you have to walk in a zigzag, do this, do that. But really, we were all home watching Dragon Ball Z. And Gundam, I'm trying to remember which Gundam that was. I feel like it was the Fighter Z, the joint where he was like, Shining Finger. Like that joint, man, that had to be like my second favorite Gundam. Like when that nigga was like out there just crushing, like, because it was straight hands, and that's all I wanted to see as a kid and as an anime fan. Like I wanted to see something that was a cartoon, but it was violent and it was different, and it wasn't just, oh well, it's cartoon violence. 'Cause there's a difference between like what you see in the Powerpuff Girls and cartoon violence and anime violence, and people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I don't know. Is it though? Because Pop Girls will beat a nigga brains out his hat. So I feel like I
Yeah,
don't know if
but
that's
the
completely accurate when you use
Bad,
Powerpuff Girls.
bad example, but we get it. Bad
so
example, but
like
we get it. We get what you're saying.
yeah, I mean, so maybe the worst example is Powerpuff Girls, but like an average
Foster's Home
show,
of Imaginary Friends, maybe.
yeah. But on average, you aren't getting the same level of violence. Like if you tune into Dexter, you're getting a funny episode, but you might get him and Mandart in like a dust bubble, or you might get something like every once in a while you'll get the Tom and Jerry's, you'll get the Popeyes, but you don't get those in large doses. You don't get the Dragon Ball Z levels of fight. You don't get the large story and the large world building of One Piece. You don't get the emotional backstory of Naruto. Like it hit in a different way, and people don't understand that because we all watched Naruto on Toonami. I would have to honestly say that's why Naruto's so popular now.
I ain't watched Naruto on Toonami.
I watched Naruto on YouTube
I
and
watched
like 3-part
Naruto.
series.
I was a straw hat before I knew what it was. Back when Naruto was a thing, I was getting them raws with the fan subs
Nah,
every week.
Naruto definitely hit Toonami right before Dragon Ball Z. So like it was Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Naruto, and then Dragon Ball GT. And that's how I remember it hitting on Toonami right before Adult Swim when Naruto first got introduced. Like when I remember watching it, it was maybe like 2007, 2000. No, it was earlier than that. It was like 2005, 2006.
Yeah, I was definitely watching it. I remember watching Naruto. I was at Shippuden by the time Naruto got to Toonami, but I was definitely watching it in like Naruto Shippuden episode 76, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3
Uh,
episode
that
parts
was
on
me
Bruce.
with Bleach because I was not about to watch that whole filler arc after filler arc after filler arc. It's like give me the shit. Let me
You
know.
ain't
I need to
real.
know what's up with Aizen.
You ain't real. You gotta suffer. You gotta be watching a very important fight, and then they have to start off in another village eating soup. That's when you know you a real Naruto fan because all the characters done changed, the location done changed. You don't know what happened between the last episode you saw and what you watching now. That's when you know you real. You just gotta watch and see
So,
if it's gonna be a good filler.
as a One Piece fan, I appreciate the very little filler of an anime. And if it's going to be filler, let it be like the joint where they snuck into the base and they were just fucking around.
G13.
Yeah. Like
Y'all
that was
spoiled.
probably my favorite filler of all fillers.
It was
Nah, I
good.
take that back. It was the one where The Bleach one, where the sword started to come to life, just because they gave you the fight between Kenpachi and I want to say it's
Yeah, yeah.
Byakuya. Yeah, but it's between those two. Those are my two favorite fillers of all time. I
It's not the
mean,
Bound arc, is it?
I think it is. No, it's the
nah, I think it's the
Zanpakuto.
Espada art, but it's the one where they're everybody manifests their bank, their
It was an actual Zanpakuto art.
yeah,
Mm.
which is crazy because it was like if all of y'all could do this, then that means that everybody that overpowers it can just have a Bankai, which also broke the rules of that because then at that point Rengoku and everybody else should have just been able to use their Bankai because they were out. And if
Yeah,
it
but I
only
think it was
affected the people who
it was filler. It don't matter. I was about to
that's
try to
why
explain. Then I realized it was filler. It don't matter.
that's what made me so mad because if it was only the people that had a Bankai, it wouldn't have been so bad. But because it was everybody, it's like, oh, you mean to tell me all these motherfuckers have, and you're just putting them there just to be here?
Mm, yeah, it was
I don't
just a
know.
bad filler because I feel like they came around and they answered it with thousand year blood art because they definitely kind of answered that question, but it don't make sense in relation to the filler. But it's filler.
Yeah, I
It was
mean, a
good. It
thousand
was great.
blood.
It was great for the fights, but it did nothing for the story. It did nothing for the story. It was only there for the
Right,
fights.
and Thousand Year Blood War is another one. Like that's something that would have came on Toonami.
That
That's something we
definitely.
all would have watched on Toonami. But instead, they're charging you specifically to watch it on Hulu. Disney, if you're not in America, like you have to have a Disney Plus profile if you're not in America. Hulu if you're in America. And it's like anime's gotten so far out of the realms of where we just used to watch all of this on Toonami to the point where you have to keep up with who has the streaming rights, who has this, who has that. Like going into Anime NYC, I'm so excited to see all of what's coming back. But then I'm so scared because then it's like I have to learn well who's going to be able to show this. I have to Google, damn, where's Rama 1/2 coming back? Is that a Netflix thing? Like now I have to keep my Netflix because Terminator's getting a new anime. And you know me, yeah, Terminator's getting an anime. I will send you the joint. I'm trying to go to the panel for it. So if I get in the panel, I'll drop the videos.
That
There's
interesting. Very
listen,
interesting.
You better hop on the Go and Marry and get what you need to get.
next year, y'all need to pull up the Anime NYC, or we need to go to more anime cons together because I feel like y'all would love it. This year is the first year that they're doing the manga awards, so they're actually giving out awards and they're appreciating the mangas at Anime NYC. And I'm like, right, I knew you'd appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
As a woman of culture who's also finished My Hero Academia, no
At
spoilers.
least two
I
of
gotta
us
have
have.
at least two of us. How do
Oh,
you feel about the ending?
It's whack. It is whack. I am
Okay.
disappointed that I was on the ride this far. It's so whack that we need to just. It could have its own episode of how disappointed I am
How
in
disappointed.
the manga as a whole.
Oh, you had so much potential. So much. And it was right there. It was right there to grab it and to do something else with it. Or to just continue the story. And you chose not to. And you also chose not to actually
Let
give
it
us
go.
anything substantial.
First of all, let's just say that at the end, you defeated the purpose of your entire manga, the entire premise of your manga.
The entire
How? How do you ruin
ended
the
the
premise
opening.
of what you wrote?
How'd you not stick to that? You had one thing to stick to. That's like Naruto getting to the end saying, I'm gonna be Hokage. And then in the end, he's like, I'm going to jail. I can no longer be Hokage.
No, it'd be
Like,
worse. It's like he died and he never became Hokage.
now I'm the king of hell and I can't be Hokage. Like, that's the level of disappointment I had with My Hero Academia. On the other end of that, we have the end of the Egghead arc.
That's been gorgeous. Beautiful. Oda.
Goda, right?
That man.
You know
Jesus.
what he doing?
It took us on a ride. We weren't sure where we were going. We seen Kuma. We said, Kuma, the fuck you doing here? And then we said, oh, we getting a backstory. And then we all said, oh,
Dang.
we see Jewelry Bonnie and we like, what are you doing here? Then we get a backstory and we like,
I don't understand how the whole arc has been like. The whole arc has been a lore dump, and it's been lore dumps and action.
dog,
Lore
it hasn't been this much since Zoe. Remember when we got to Zoe and we get to the elephant and then you go down and then you start to learn and then he just drops it. He's like, all right, so you need 4 road poneglyphs. 4 what? Like, oh, I need to find the red joints. These motherfuckers matter. So you mean to tell me the woman that just jumped on my ship randomly, I wouldn't have been able to make it if I didn't have her? And now the world's hunting after her. And on top of them being after me, on top of us doing what we got to do, we got to keep her safe too. Bet. Against not just other pirates, against the world. God damn.
It's real. It's really real.
Luffy is simply a man of being in the right place at the right time. Because if he wasn't, the story would have ended a long time ago. Luffy by himself is nothing. And then I'm going to make this very quick point, and I'm not going to say nothing else about One Piece. I had this conversation with Jay Will, but I'm very happy that we don't have to hear about Kuma no more, because at this point, that nigga is the Naruto swing of One Piece. And that's
it. Dog. Every time. Between Kuma and like Law, you see the swing come out every time, and it'd be like, doom, doom, doom. It'd be like, oh,
it is just so
we get the swing.
It's rough.
Sometimes you want to give a nigga a hug, and they aren't real. That's how you know he wrote a great story.
That shit make you need a hug. I don't have a hug to give with reading that shit.
Yeah. Like I got this friend who put up a status the other day, and she was like, I just need a big booty woman to tell me everything is going to be okay. And that's what I needed after reading Kuma's story. I needed a big booty woman to tell me everything's going to be okay.
I felt nothing for Kuma.
Tell me everything's going to be okay.
I'm not a Kuma lover. I'm not. I'm going to be honest. I know Kuma is a very lovable guy. He's a great guy. I just don't like him.
Damn.
I'm sorry, you guys. Don't crucify me, but I don't.
It's just
was that pun intended because he walks around with a Bible?
The connection is connecting. Move on. Well, we got deep. I'm gonna have to go talk to my therapist about that. All right.
Do y'all read Chainsaw Man, or am I too far in the trenches?
I'm not a bald nigga with a beard, so I have to stroke my imaginary one because it's just me.
Hold on. I got one.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm the Joker. No ass whooping could shut me up.
That's apparent.
There's only one way to take her out now.
Don't do it. That's not the one I thought you was going. I thought Samurai Jack was coming back.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Wait a minute.
Pizza.
We are in the presence of a bad bitch. Everybody be quiet.
We're Angela Bassett levels of, of bad bitches, all right? It's like, how bad? Angela Bassett. Oh, shit. That's bad.
Oh, that made me think of the Angela Bassett's got the juice. Okay. I'm sorry.
Listen, Brittany
Oh
has an
my
idea for a
gosh.
panel where she's like,
We done
black
got so
lady
far from the
courtroom.
topic.
Oh man, it's
But
fine. This is
did we ask
serious.
everybody what their J Will, did you tell us what your what brought you to Toonami? What kept you with Toonami? Did we get
Um,
everybody?
I don't think we did. I think we just started talking about a bunch of stuff.
We
Yeah,
did.
so
We did.
for me, what brought me to Toonami was Yu Yu Hakusho, but what really kept me there beyond the Yu Yu Hakusho was the Dragon Ball Z's, was the Inuyashas, was the seeing the everything, like the variety, the Lupin the Thirds, the Paranoia Agents, the variety beyond the punch punch kick. It's the One Pieces of it all. It's the adventure. Like I really went from an action anime fan to an adventure. Like I love a great adventure and story. Shangri-La Frontier will always get a recommendation from me to other people because of the level of like adventure plus action and animation that it gives.
It is good. It is really good.
It's really good.
Uh,
Okay.
All right, Jay Will, what you got?
I think realistically, what got me into Toonami was like Gundam Wing,
Mm.
Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, and stuff along those lines. But I think what really kept me was um, probably Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, um, a couple of random ones, IGPX, Fooly Cooley. Yeah, those were probably like the random ones that was just like I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up and watch this, or I'm going to sleep watching this.
Yeah, like discovering the Bakis of the world, the Samurai Champloo's of the world, the Afro Samurais of the world with Samuel L. Jackson's in it, and you're like, oh shit,
Oh yeah,
like that blows your mind. All right, but last but not least, Jasmine. Oh shit.
You already know. It was Inuyasha. I was there for the skins. Also, there was obviously Trigun, for sure. Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star was probably one of the first. I think that was like the oldest one. I was definitely a Dragon Ball Z girly in the beginning. All of those things, everything but Big O, because Big O, when I catch you, Big O, when I never.
Big O was
Mm.
terrible. Big O was just bad. I didn't like it either.
Well,
Like
I,
Mecha Batman was terrible.
oh,
I'll be honest. I'm biased. I don't like mech anime at all. If you're getting into something to fight, I don't want it. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We
I'm
can just
just
keep talking about how bad Big O was because it really was. The only good thing about Big O was his maid. Like he didn't even do anything. He had the robot maid that had like the short kind of
Mhm.
bob cut. She was dope. That was it. Nothing else
Let's be
about
honest.
Big
That's what
O.
drew you in. You saw them two
It didn't draw
on
me
the little photo, the little preview, and you was like, "Ooh, what she do?"
in. Yeah, and that was it. She did everything. Definitely Alfred.
For sure.
Same thing though. Like after Gundam, I really fell off with like mech anime. Any kind of once, I guess that's true. Once you're getting in something to fight, I kind of lose. I kind of lose, except for Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann is just good.
You know what? That one wasn't it for me, surprisingly. This is where our 10 powers will deviate. So for me, it was Zoids. Zoids was my shit. I wanted
I
to see
never
him
really
get in
got
that
into
thing
it.
and whoop some ass every morning. And this was in ninth grade. I was very much so older, watching Zoids before school at my grandma's house every morning.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I never got into Zoids. After Gundam and Gurren Lagann, that was it for mechs. No other mechs really did it for me. It always for me was action and adventure stuff, and now it's comedy. If you can make me laugh, then I will absolutely watch.
Yeah, you're becoming an old man. You'll be like, I don't have time for all of that.
Cause I don't. I don't. I'm sleepy.
I'm
You want me
sleepy.
to?
I want to
I
giggle and go to
can't
bed.
fall asleep watching this. I gotta focus and read. No.
Oh man, eventually we're gonna have to talk about that. The switch from primarily subbed to dubbed, because I've definitely made that transition. I don't have time to read anymore unless it's something that I really like, and I'll watch a sub because I want to hear the Japanese voice actors. But other than that, I'm a
Dubs
dub
are
girl
just
now.
dubs have gotten the dubs are so much better.
I'm in
Dubs are
agreement. They
so
are
much better.
definitely much better.
Like
All right, so Jamal is over
just the
there
quality of
having fisticuffs with his ISP,
just the
apparently.
yeah. Yeah, let's see what you know. Well, we can just keep talking about Toonami shows. I'm sure we have more to say about it.
Of which one?
I definitely seen. I think I seen a Shishomaru when we were at BlerdxCon.
Now I'm having internet issues. Hold on now. What happened to my sound? It's spread. He has spread it.
I don't know. I hear you.
Oh, there we go. That's better. I fixed it. Ooh, tech support in full
Shut up,
effect.
Outcast.
All right. Oh, on Brit's phone. Brit to the
Uh,
rescue.
Dog. So, middle of the show,
shout out
my
shout
lights
out.
flash, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, all right, that's not going to bother me. And then the joint just goes out. I guess this is how they say to just wrap up the show. This is.
That's all right. You just missed us. We was yapping about mecha anime when you were gone and how it's trash.
I was like, dog, I just knew. I was like, yeah, we solid. Like, we still good. The AC came back to everything good. Like, we straight.
Psych.
Right? Then my phone goes out and it's like I'm not even on Wi-Fi. Like, how does this happen to me? Like, what in the
The
ghetto?
disrespect.
So, yes, appreciate y'all for being here. I'm gonna call it because it's from ghetto. T-Mobile gonna have to run me my money if this ain't working today. But
Run me my money.
run me my money. Sorry, I had someone in the back room going yay. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here. Again, if you'd like to see any of us, I am going to be at Anime NYC. We will be at Kurt's birthday party, the Fame Night, the weekend after that. We have a very busy schedule. We post and share our whole itinerary, and hopefully we get some guests along the way. Dwight is supposed to come with us to SplatCon, so that's going to be really fun. Um, Me, Brittany, Mikey, and Asia will be at Baltimore Comic Con. I will be at Anime USA. Britt will be at Nightmare Weekend Richmond with Mikey, Asia, and yeah, that's it. Uh, and then, yeah, that's about it. That's a full ass con schedule. So if you need us, if you're looking for us, we are online at Jesus. Jesus, this is so much happening today. That's Woo. I promise you it's a nice neighborhood.
Most of the time.
It's a nice day. That mean they out.
Yeah. I could walk to the farmer's market. I could do everything else, but today it's like, nah. As you on podcast, you gotta let the sea set you free. Sorry, I read this. I can't. I just want to give a shout out to my daughter. It's her 11th birthday tomorrow, and
Happy birthday!
So I will not be on Anime Court tomorrow. I will be at RisuCon, not a promoted con, just me paying for the first con of the year. This is the first con I'm actually paying for. I'm not media, I'm not working, I'm not doing anything. I'm just enjoying. And then we got a special surprise for it.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
First time I'm not gonna be running around meeting people, just, hey, how you doing? Nah, I'm gonna just be there. I'm gonna walk through like a normal dad with too many kids. They're gonna be like, you good? You wanna stop here? I can't. I got a baby in my arms. I got a kid that wants to go buy Legos. I got another kid who's walking around with a birthday sash, and then the other one's just walking around and he's just wandering through. He likes to touch stuff. So
yeah, you got stuff to do.
Hands full.
So as I get eyed down by a baby and a wife who looks like she's hungry, and I only get
you got stuff to do.
And I gotta go throw it in 360 degrees. I'm in Jamaica, baby. I gotta go dance.
Hey, she in Jamaica, and we want to let her go party. So thank you, Jazz, for being here. Thank you, Jay Will, for coming through. This has been another Traphouse Presents. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.